Today marks the deadline to land a trade deal, one that could define the next chapter in US economic policy. Back in April, after Donald Trump launched what he calls his Liberation Day tariffs, his administration boldly promised 90 deals in 90 days. But 120 days later, that ambitious tally stands at just 8, and even those remain vague in detail. But it raises a bigger question. If nations aren't rushing to the table with Washington, where are they looking instead? In April, as a response, South Korea, China and Japan held their first economic dialogue in 5 years, seeking to strengthen regional trade ties as all three Asian export powers brace for the fallout from US tariffs. Meanwhile, American companies are pulling back from China at record levels as tax hikes and rising tensions continue to reshape the economic relationship between the world's two largest economies. A new survey from the US-China Business Council reveals that just 48% of US firms plan to invest in China this year, a steep drop from 80% in 2024. The report also highlights a steady decline in optimism about China's economic prospects, alongside growing pessimism about any improvement in US-China relations. In Africa, countries such as Uganda are doubling down on efforts to build a more resilient, self-sufficient domestic economy. But beyond individual strategies, some African nations see opportunity in the shifting global landscape. This uncertainty could be the catalyst to finally establish the long-discussed regional value chains, allowing countries to trade more within the continent. And in South America, trade shifts are also underway. The region is rich in commodities, with Brazil and Argentina among the world's largest exporters of soybeans and petroleum. Now, with the US imposing tariffs on Chinese goods and China hitting back, South American nations may benefit. Brazil could expand agricultural exports to China to fill the gap left by US suppliers. Trump's latest deal with the EU could be a major win, averting a broader trade war by imposing a reduced 15% tariff on most EU goods. The agreement stabilizes relations between two economies that together account for nearly a third of global trade. However, the EU is still looking for trading partners in India, Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, and the Philippines.